You're just gonna have to suck it up and deal. Hey, you heard? Welcome back. I am Squincelot, and it's good to have you here for day 17 in Frostpunk. Well, we've got a bunch of people who are hopeless and want to leave our well-established city, cross the Frostland, and go back to London. Also, we yesterday learned about an American settlement which apparently just electrocuted all of its citizens. I really feel like I'm not doing that bad. Unfortunately, our people don't seem to think so. So we are just getting through the night here. At this point, our game is back to kind of like scouting. We're scouting. We don't have a whole lot to do at home. As we get these survivors in, we will have to deal with a little bit of infrastructure work, but the bulk of our work has already been done for us in the early game. We've got our resource gathering buildings done. We just have to upgrade them. Basically, at this point in the game, you should be paying a lot of attention to these screens here to tell you how much you've got coming in right now. Ooh, speaking of paying attention to that screen, we've got about a day's rations. I'm gonna go ahead and put these 4 unemployed engineers on the cookhouse so that we can start converting some of this raw food into rations. These people, when they get here, speaking of, when these people get here, they will be hungry. We want to make sure that we have food on hand for them. And while I'm thinking about those people, yeah, we actually did send our scout to intersect with them, and our scouts overshot it just a little bit. That's fine. Take them 3 hours to get back to these survivors, and that will, once they've met up with these survivors, the survivors will speed up and they'll be back in the city a lot faster. And, oh, look, there's 34 children now headed for our city. Apparently they lost one along the way. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek. I don't know. All right, so our next tech is going to be flying hunters. Now, we aren't going to make it in this hole. Sure we are. It'll be fine. Stop complaining. What are our... Oh, they're all in treatment. All our engineers are in treatment. So apparently they aren't going to be making rations. We will take them out of there then. They're not doing us any good. We'll take some engineers off of this sawmill and put them over here. Let's just empty out that sawmill, actually. We don't need wood at the moment. We've got 634. We're not doing a lot of building just yet. Now you'll see up here, our scouts have picked up those survivors, and now they'll be here in 15 hours instead of 3 days or whatever it was. So, yeah, we'll leave this sawmill empty for the time being, simply because we don't need the wood and we do need the food. Now then, what are you doing? You are at the fishing village. A hot spring keeps a tiny patch of sea from freezing here. The Americans used this opportunity to set up a fishing village. It's deserted now. Have a look around. This fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them. There will be blood, that's for sure. And soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. So you could send an outpost team here to get food. We're fine on food. I make sure to be fine on food. We are actually going to dismantle this fishing village, get as much as we can from it, because you can only have 2 outpost teams. We'll be setting up one to pick up steam cores in Tesla City, And the other one will be going to a place we have yet to scout that will give us steel. So we're just gonna dismantle this. We're fine on food. We will be fine on food. No biggie. Now we are going to send our scouts to the ice corridor, I think. And speed things up here at home again. And before I speed through too much of the day, I do have more than enough now in the way of steel to build an outpost depot. So early on, very first episode or second episode, when I was talking about blocking an important facility later, this is the facility. It's an outpost depot. You can only have two. There's one on this side of the map and one over here on this side of the map. We'll start with this one. It won't be too long until we want to build the other one, but for now, that's gonna eat up most of our steel. Now we will also need 10 workers when it's done in order to actually build the outpost team. So let's see here. We are doing okay on food at the moment. I might just take 10 workers out of this hunter's hut. Hopefully they will go build things. I would really like this outpost depot done fairly quickly. We've got one person going to build. All right, the flying hunters have been researched. Now, we only have 54 wood. I wanted to research difference engine, but we need more steel. So what would we do instead of difference engine? We will eventually need these heating techs in a few days. I'd really like to just be able to open difference engine. I want to be able to get those advanced steelworks as soon as possible, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Not today anyways. I don't want to spend half the day just waiting for this steel, although we could cancel the outpost depot. Do I want to do that? That will give us enough steel to do difference engine. Yeah, let's do that. We'll cancel that. Research difference engine, and here in a few hours we'll build the outpost depot once we've got enough steel back in our pockets. Somebody wants to talk. Yeah, long hours of toil. Go away. Get back to work. I think I've been pretty clear on my feelings on long work days. You're just gonna have to suck it up and deal. All right, so we have 40 steel now. Oh, 45 steel. I thought it was 40 steel for the outpost depot. We need 45 steel. Come on. As soon as that is ready, bam, outpost depot. Now then, would someone go build that, please? I don't think we're gonna have, oh, whoa. Food ration's getting a bit full. Where is our cookhouse? We'll let those folks have the rest of the night off, I think. We've got plenty of food for today and tomorrow. And our scouts have arrived at the ice corridor. We're following the wide corridor of crushed ice that the American dreadnought, the USS Hephaestus, left in its wake. We marvel at the thick slabs of ice that have been crushed and swept aside by the American dreadnought Hephaestus. Soon we might be able to learn how it managed to accomplish such feats. We can see a huge silhouette in the distance, which might be its sister ship, Prometheus. All right, carry on. Nothing to do here, nothing to pick up, but we do want to make our way out to this icebound dreadnought. The silhouette of a huge ship. It's most likely the wreckage of the USS Prometheus, the other American dreadnought. There are no signs of life. That's all right. I don't need life. What I need is steel. And I happen to know that's what I'll find there. All right, so wow, we've got 40 steel again. That happened really quick. You see, upgrading those steelworks is making our lives a lot easier. It will be even easier once we upgrade it again. We do have a lot of buildings we're going to need to build here shortly that require a lot of steel. So I know it seems like we're okay on steel now. It won't be for very long. All right, so this is our first outpost team. We're going to send them out here to Tesla City, where they will bring us 1 steam core a day. See, apparently those steam cores are huge. I don't know why it takes a team of 10 people to carry 1 steam core, but they must be big, very heavy. We have 30 steel left over. I'm gonna go ahead and let time pass until we get to 8 p.m. Ooh. I have a little bit of steel to work with. Our coal is getting very full. I was thinking about using some of that steel to upgrade another coal mine. How much does a resource depot cost, though? 20 steel. It might be a better use of the steel to build a resource depot to store that coal. If we start producing even more coal without some place to put it, then it's just a waste of production. So I think maybe that's what we'll do. We'll put a resource depot there. That leaves us with 12 steel, which should be enough for another bunkhouse. Yeah, it's enough for another bunkhouse. So we'll throw one in there. That will give us another bed. What are we doing on beds here? We have 44 vacant beds that are not in care houses, and we have how many people? 28 plus these kids. Oh, another kid died. 28 plus 33, so that'd be 61. So we need 61 beds. We have 44. We're adding another 10. It's 54. We need another bunkhouse somewhere. It's not going to be tonight though, because we don't have enough steel. Steel is a bottleneck mid-game. You run out of it very fast. I would love to upgrade our hunter's huts as well, but those cost 40 steel each. They're very expensive. You're all very expensive. Ooh. Almost forgot about these guard stations. I need to build those tomorrow. I don't want to end up with a hope hit because we didn't put down the guard stations. But we don't have the steel for it right now because I just spent it on a bunkhouse. I'm assuming, yeah, what is the cost? Order, yeah, guard station. 10 steel each. I'm guessing it's 5 to upgrade because there's 5 in the base building. So yeah, we need a little bit more steel. Now, do we have any unemployed workers? We do. We have 10 unemployed workers. Why do we have to? Oh, they're 10 engineers. Where did I take them from? Why do I have 10 unemployed engineers? I'm not sure, but we'll leave them unemployed so that tomorrow when we go to upgrade those guard shacks, we have some builders on hand to build them, so we won't have to wait until the end of the day. I don't want to run out this timer too close to the end. But overall, we're making our way around the Frostland, finding out what happened to all of our neighbors, collecting all the gear and stuff that they left behind. We are scavengers and we will survive. And that takes care of day 17, my friends. We're past the worst of it now, right? Maybe. I am Squincelot. I want to thank you very much for joining me today in Frostpunk. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe. And while you're down there, ring that cowbell.